with this! Get away from her, you slimy water rat! Why don't you go soak your ugly head? I stand for love, truth, and justice, too! I'm Sailor Moon! And in the name of the moon, I shall punish you!
Moon Podcast Escalation! Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan D. White.
My name is Chris Sims, and this is Sailor Business. It's the podcast where we sit down with a friend each and every week to watch an episode of the classic 1992 anime Sailor Moon and talk about just why it is that we love it so much. And we have a fun one today. We are going to be watching Sailor Moon S episode 97, The Labyrinth of Water, Ami Targeted. That's right, it's an Ami Spotlight episode, which means nothing makes sense for the next half hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. And to help us talk about that, we have a very special guest. We have someone, I don't want to put you on the spot, but we have someone who sent the most polite and respectful email asking to be a guest on this show that literally included the phrase, "Thank you for your consideration," which I thought was absolutely charming. Tony Intellisano is here. Tony, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey there. I'm good. How are you?
I'm sorry. I really should not have blown up your email spot right here at the top of the show when I was introducing you. But
fine.
No, it was nice.
I try to be polite.
That's very appropriate for an Amy episode.
Yes, very.
So, Tony, tell us, when you emailed, you mentioned that you had been a fan of the show for 20 years, as most of us have, who are feeling the icy grip of death around our necks, because we have liked Sailor Moon for 2 full decades. It's very upsetting. But please tell us a little bit about you and your history with Sailor Moon.
Well, I gotta say, this is a very appropriate episode for how I found Sailor Moon. I found Sailor Moon through my best friend, Amy.
Aww.
We were in middle school together.
Was her name Amy Anderson?
Her name, no, not Anderson.
Okay.
But I remember she was like, I found this new show. It's called Sailor Moon. And I was like, okay. I went home and watched it because it was on TV after I got home from school. And immediately I was like, yes, I am Sailor Moon. She is me.
So is Usagi your favorite scout? Like, is she the one you really identified with from the start?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
She's a big doofball, lazy, loves to eat, all about naps with cats. And that's what I was in middle school and still am today. Everything that is Usagi is me, except for the, Sailor Moon.
I mean, like, if you were watching Sailor Moon in middle school, then if everything that Usagi is you, then you would be the reigning eternal queen of the universe by now. But I guess that's probably coming next year, right? That's probably a 2017 thing.
Yes,
I guess.
That's 2017. Yep.
Were you dating a much older gentleman at the time?
Yes. I had a 35-year-old boyfriend
Oh,
when I was
goodness,
14.
No, oh no. Oh,
It's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't like where this is going. So, you and your friend, like, did you and your friend Amy, like, did she identify with Sailor Mercury because of the name, or was there a squabble over who got to identify the most with Sailor Moon?
No, not at all. She's very Mercury and very Amy.
Oh, good.
She's a big old nerd, super studious, always did well. A little bit quiet, but super friendly, yeah.
Here's a weird thing I just realized. I think Ami, or Amy, is the only scout on the show that we have had a guest who has the same name as a Sailor Scout. Like, because we've certainly never had any Makotos or Litas.
Yeah.
We haven't had any Minas. I don't think we've got an email from a Serena, but but no guests. We have had Amy Reader on the show, though.
Mm-hmm. But you have had 37 Usagis, so...
Oddly, no
Look, that was a pointless
Darians.
diversion. No, and there will never be a Darien on the show. That is the rule, Jordan. Like, especially no Darians.
Wait, well, I guess we've never had a Michelle. Michelle is like a normal name.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah, look, if you're out there, if you're an Usagi and you're out there, absolutely get in touch. But if you're a Serena, like we've heard from one, we want to hear from more. If there's any Serenas out there, or if you are WWE Hall of Famer Lita, please get in touch because we would love to have you on the show. Anyway, getting back to you, Tony. Did you has it been like a constant thing in your life of being into Sailor Moon? Did you kind of fade out? Because it did sort of go away after that initial rush of popularity.
Yeah, I know. It's always been like my thing. Like whenever people have asked like hobbies and interests, I'm always like Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon. I have everything Sailor Moon. But yeah, I gotta say it did dip a little bit when there was like absolutely nothing Sailor Moon going on.
There was a while there, yeah.
Like there was just like a cold spot for a while, and then Crystal happened and everything freaking exploded. But I don't know, even through that I was still all about the Sailor Moon. In college had my wall scrolls up and Sailor Moon stickers everywhere, and my pen and my Sailor Moon backpack because I'm an adult.
Okay, so now I really want to know, like, you have a large collection of Sailor Moon items. Is that right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. Give me like
Of old stuff and new stuff.
give me like a top 3, like best or your favorite or most interesting Sailor Moon items in your collection.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay. I gotta say, one of them is from the original 90s toys. I got her last wand, the Eternal one. That one was like a real big get, because even back then on eBay, those were not cheap.
Right. I just Googled the wand. It looks pretty cool.
That's like definitely the biggest one. And I still need to get the other 2 pieces that go with it. Like there's like the big long extender, and like when it's all put together, it's like 3 feet long and ridiculous. But those are like also ridiculous in price.
Okay, so that's one. Do you have 2 more? I mean, you mentioned that backpack, and I really want to hear more about that backpack.
Oh, and I've got a few different backpacks. Got one with Sailor Moon and Luna on it. I've got one with all the scouts, which is like a little tiny one. And I don't know. I've got too much. I pray our apartment never burns down just for my Sailor Moon collection.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's a lot of good reasons to not want your home to burn down, but I guess you would maybe prefer that it would be encased in ice for 1,000 years and then thawed out.
Do you now, were you a member of the 90s fan club, the North American fan club?
No. Actually, just now is the first time I've joined the fan club. I'm waiting on my little card and lip gloss because I joined the 2017 season of the fan club.
Wait, is there a fan club like right now?
They send you lip gloss?
Yeah, totally.
Apparently.
They just started it last year.
I'm looking it up.
And yeah, you get like exclusive stuff.
Well, Jordan, I think we know where our first round of Patreon money is going. And what a masterful segue that was into talking about some Sailor business.
Oh.
Jordan, as you know, as Tony knows, as many of our listeners already know, this show is listener supported on patreon.com/sailorbusiness, along with our sister podcast, Xena Warrior Business. We'll give people a little more information about that at the end of the show, but we like to thank the people who have chipped in as little as $1 every month to help us keep going and do some cool stuff like apparently joining the Sailor Moon fan club as soon as we get that check in January.
Wow,
I'm very excited.
Chris.
Yes?
I'm looking at the Sailor Moon fan club.
Uh-huh.
For $85, I'm sorry, $85.99, probably plus shipping and handling.
Okay.
You can get a Moon Princess, it looks like a nightshirt in the style of the Moon Princess dress, you know?
It's super cute.
Here, I'll send you the link.
Okay. I mean, I do have this list of patrons to thank.
I know, and we're going to thank them, but I think that we need to buy these nightshirts and wear them.
Okay, let me see this.
Take a look.
Here's the problem, Jordan. You and I are both gentlemen of carriage, as they say.
I know.
I am really doubting that this nightshirt for teens is going to fit us. That said, it is pretty amazing. It is Sailor Moon's Princess Serenity dress as a nightshirt.
Yeah.
With a hairband.
Yep, a hairband. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to... You're probably right. Oh, there's a size chart. Yeah, it has a 15.4 inch width. I don't think that's going to be my width.
Yeah, I don't think that either. Okay, back to our patrons.
Yes,
we
sorry
actually
about
had this is the first time we've recorded since we first announced it on the show, and I gotta say, thank you to everybody. I think almost doubled what we've gotten so far, so we have a bunch of patrons to thank. Jordan, are you ready to thank our patrons?
I am.
All right, we got a lot of Trash Piles, we got a lot of Spectre Sisters, we got a lot of we got one or two Sailor Scouts in the mix too, and we're starting here with Robert Poteet.
Thank you, Robert. That's so nice of you.
Johann Forsenberg.
Welcome, Johann. Thanks.
Hey Tosa.
Thank you, Heitosa.
This one's not who you're gonna think it is, but we did get a pledge from Saturn.
Okay, wait. It's not Sailor Saturn?
I beg to differ.
As far as I can tell, it's not Sailor Saturn.
So it's the corporation Saturn who makes cars?
No, Saturn is unfortunately defunct.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Well then, thank you, Saturn. Whoever you might be.
Well, then it's the planet, right?
It's the actual planet Saturn?
It might just be the planet.
Yeah. By process of elimination, obviously.
Or the god. I mean...
It could also be the Titan of Greek myth.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, hey Saturn, you're getting a lot for your money on this pledge. This thanks has gone on quite a bit of time. James Griffin.
Thank you, James. Sorry for the delay.
Angelo Zanola.
Angelo, we appreciate this.
Wednesday Sophia.
Thank you, Wednesday.
Michael Ellison.
Thanks, Michael.
Andy Smith.
Andy, that is awesome that you did that.
Good dude James McGee is on here.
Hey, James McGee. Thank you so much.
Paul Siebert.
Thank you, Paul.
Peter Stickety.
Hey, Peter, I know that guy. Thank you.
Did I get the name right? You know that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Dorothy Banks.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Now, this one was another unusual one. It just says Worlds.
Well, I mean, I feel like saying thank you, Worlds, is sort of unfair because now I'm thanking basically everyone ever. But all right, thank you, Worlds.
Jack E.
Thank you, Jack E.
David.
Thank you.
Laura Forbes.
Laura, we appreciate your help.
I want to give an extra special shout out to Laura. Laura Forbes chipped in at the $20 level, which does not exist. There's no that was going to be the Warrior Princess level. So I hope that we can figure out something to do for that because that's above and beyond. Thank you so much, Laura.
Yeah, Laura, you tell us what you want. We'll consider it.
I believe former guest on the show, Siobhan H, has
Thank
pledged.
you, Siobhan. Come back sometime.
And future guest on the show, good friend of mine and fantastic comics artist, Kel McDonald, has pledged.
Thank you, Kel. We appreciate it.
And our final pledger this week is Portia Reynolds.
Portia, thank you so much. And thank you again, every single Patreon donor.
That's right. We are up to 53 patrons, and we
Especially
are
Saturn.
over halfway. Yeah, especially Saturn. We're up to 53 patrons, and we are over halfway to our first goal, which is going to be mini episodes of Sailor Business. We get there at $500 a month. So if you'd like to hear an additional, at least once monthly, at least 15-minute bonus episode where we do stuff like going through the manga, where we talk about Sailor Moon side projects, probably involving me, Jordan, and Allison Stock, then please head over to patreon.com/sailorbusiness and chip in. But that is all the Sailor Business that I have today, Jordan. The Sailor Business. I still have roughly 80 minutes more of Sailor Business to get through.
Let's do it. Oh.
as I said earlier, we are going to be watching Sailor Moon S episode 97, The Labyrinth of Water, Ami targeted, an Ami spotlight episode that is refreshingly free of any pretense of heterosexuality.
Well, yeah, you're right. Just imagine she's thinking about Greg. She misses him. That's why she's really sad.
No, I'm not going to do that. No one should do that. That's ridiculous.
Oh, poor Greg.
Jordan, there's something that we do at this point in the show.
Oh, what's that?
We talked about the episode title. See? Does it feel good? Does it feel good to be dragged for not getting something right on the mark?
Yeah, listen, it doesn't bother me none. I'll just say, hey, Chris, I didn't look it up yet. Let me look it up.
See, what we do, the title I have given is the Japanese title. If you're a new listener, if you're a new listener and you don't know why the two hosts of the show seem to hate each other,
that is false.
No, we're good friends. You know, Tony. You know it's all in fun, right?
Frenemies.
Yeah, we got someone tweeting at us saying that they thought the dynamic of the show was I was Usagi and you were Rei.
Oh, I absolutely believe that.
Okay, all right. I just found out for the first time in my life what the name of this episode is in English dub is, and
you're not
I'm
a meatball
excited.
head though. What are you? We've talked about this before because you have that. Your distinguishing feature is that mustache.
Sure.
So what would I like curly fry face? What is
I
unnecessary
love
mean? Actually,
that name. That's hilarious. But that being said, that's Mamoru who calls her that. Rei doesn't really call her meatball head.
Ray calls her meatball head sometimes.
Is that true?
Yeah, sometimes.
in the
I feel like
dub,
she just
certainly.
calls her an idiot.
Well, that too.
What do you think, Tony? What should I call Jordan?
I like curly fry face. I think it's endearing.
The king of podcasts.
All right,
Thank
all right.
you.
Curly fry face. What do you have the title? The Cloverway title? Wait, did you not
do.
watch the dub of this episode? If this is the first time you've seen it?
No, I do. I did. It's complicated. The versions that I see don't have the title on them.
Okay, interesting. All right, so you have the title, and now I have to guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. The real one is The Labyrinth of Water, Amy targeted. Yeah, it has 0 words in common. I'll give you that hint.
Okay, but is it related to like water or swimming or anything like that?
Sure.
Okay. Is it okay? Is it more related to like Ami being kind of disillusioned about her future? Because that's what's going to happen in this episode.
Yes, it is more related to that.
Is it about like if she's like feeling down? Is it like dampened spirits?
Oh my God! Yes, it's damp spirits.
Yeah, I looked it up last night.
You fucking piece of shit. I can't believe you cheated for the first time ever.
I believed you. I thought you were that good.
Why would you do that?
I actually, I went to go see who the director was of this episode. That's what happened. I went to go see who the director was because we have some very clear cost-cutting measures in the 2 episodes that we're going to be discussing this week and next week. And the only way I could find the director of this specific episode was to go to the Wikipedia list, and it had the title. So I was like, I got him. I'm going to pull this miracle out of the hat.
The worst.
I didn't know it would make you so mad.
Because I believed you. I'm very credulous about that sort of thing.
Yeah, you're
You're very believable.
You're the dog in this relationship, my dude.
What?
Yeah, you're the dog. I'm the cat.
That's preposterous.
Why is that preposterous?
Because we're not in that kind of relationship.
Yeah, but we're in a relationship. It is a business partnership that has been going for 2 years.
Gah, all right. I don't approve. You've let us all down.
I don't know why you are rejecting me outright like this. That is very upsetting. Okay,
because you just lied to my face.
Yeah, it was funny.
All right.
All right, so we are opening at Juban Middle School, aka Crossroads Junior High. Shout out to the dub in the Juban district of Tokyo, and Ami is kind of getting like chewed out by a teacher.
No.
Oh, I mean, a little bit. Like, she forgot one of her books.
Which is nothing like her.
Yes. And this teacher, who is this... He's a very weird character model. We can agree on that, right? Because he's like John Goodman in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Except you never see his face.
He's a big, fat vice principal is what he is.
Yeah. With his ties too short. He's, like, hitching up his pants while he talks to Ami.
He looks like he's, like, pretending to be fat.
That's a very good way to put it.
Like he's got like a pillow stuffed in his suit, so he has like a big pregnant fat belly.
And again, he's cropped in this weird way where you never see his eyes. You only see like his nose and his mouth, and then you see him from behind. And he's like, he's got that real John Goodman, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou style to him.
And for some reason, when he talks, they just go wah 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 wah. Oh no, I'm thinking of Peanuts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're thinking of a completely different thing. And he goes, look, you left your book behind. You've been a little scatterbrained lately. And Ami should be like, yeah, I think I'm okay. I am the #1 ranked test taker in the nation, you asshole. It's like it took a kid with psychic powers to beat me.
Well, they don't know that.
Yeah, well, she should tell him that. Like, that's if Ami was not so meek.
Yeah, she doesn't want to blow up Greg's spot.
Yeah, why? Who cares?
Because she's got a crush on him.
No, false, rejected, denied. And this teacher guy says, hey, I know you've been hanging out with our less accomplished students, is how he puts it. And it's worth noting, Usagi's listening into this conversation from around a corner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she does not take this well.
Creeping and peeping.
Let this be a lesson to everyone.
Yes? What's the lesson?
Don't go creeping. Don't go peeping around corners.
Because you might find out the truth?
Well, it's not the truth, though. Because what happens is, teacher says, Ami, we know you've been hanging out with Usagi, who's an idiot, and that is dragging you down. Which is not at all true. Like, Ami has not, like, suffered a lack of grades over the course of this show.
Well, you know how it is where you're at a school and they have students who are less smart and students who are smart, and they were like, don't talk to the less smart students, you'll get dumber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, don't tutor other students. Don't, like, help each other out, because that will make you dumb.
Leave those big old dumbos alone.
Yeah, like, what is going on in Juban? Like, here's the weird thing about this episode. This dude isn't a monster.
No, okay. Listen, this guy is wrong and terrible. But in his slight defense, just the tiniest bit, like you said, she's #1 in the nation. He's got stars in his eyes, by which I mean he's going, while you're #1 in the nation, it makes us look good. So don't fuck that up. Yeah, but Ami calls him out on it. She says, yeah, that's not a cool thing to say, my man. Like, don't say that. And he goes, no. It was just a figure of speech, which is not true. Well, no, I mean, technically, it is a figure of speech because Usagi is not physically holding her body to the ground. She's not dragging her down physically, so it's just a figure of speech. But it's the figure of speech that Ami objected to.
Naru shows up, grabs Usagi, and makes Usagi go buy her pizza for letting her copy her homework.
She's a cheater. She's a cheating cheater.
Yeah, she's...
Like you.
You're right. I went and copied the answer down.
You owe me a pizza.
Here's literally what I wrote in my notes. Jordan will be so impressed.
Well, yeah, until I found out you were a goddamn liar.
I also saw the next episode, but I literally don't remember what it was. So
well, that's good at least.
If I get next week's, then that's all on me.
Sure. Tainted forever.
This whole situation is going to stick in Usagi's head for the whole episode, because she's going to worry that she is bringing Ami down, that she's preventing her from following her dreams. She's like eventually gonna like stand up and be like, no, we need to study ourselves. Ami can't be taking the time to teach us this stuff, which under no circumstances would reinforce the knowledge, like explaining it to someone else. That doesn't help you study at all. And that's the first bullshit in this episode, but we'll get to the second in a minute.
There's a lot of it. So Ami is really down about this. This really got to her. Fortunately for her sake, there's this dude who just walks around near the school looking for young girls who spots her.
I'm glad you said it. Because who is this gentleman just creeping around the middle school talking to whoever comes out?
It's pretty funny. He's got his khakis on. He's got a salmon shirt. Is that salmon or orange? It's sort of hard to tell. It's like
Mamoru, by the way, in case you didn't make that clear. It's
Yeah,
very.
It's like creamsicle.
Oh yeah, it's like a creamsicle shirt. Yes.
It's mad gross. But since we're talking about Mamoru's outfit, I did want to do a little fashion corner for Ami. Because Ami's wearing the most bonkers, array of clothing. It's like she fell into a closet. She's wearing, blue... Is it like a mini skirt, or is it like hot pants?
I think it's a mini skirt, but we can confirm later in the episode.
I think it's a mini skirt.
Okay, so she's wearing, a blue mini skirt. She's wearing a pastel pink long-sleeved, poofy-sleeved blouse, buttoned all the way up with a giant blue cameo at the collar, right at her throat.
Isn't it light blue?
I thought it was white. Wow, this is like that dress all over again.
It's very light. It's it's a very, very light pastel. It might it changes depending on what the lighting is in the scene, I think. But we can say it's white. Sure, it's white.
Okay.
The important thing is that she has this giant blue thing, this blue and gold thing at her throat where the top button is. And then she's wearing Timberlands.
Oh, don't forget, I think she has a belt around the shirt, right? It's like the shirt's hanging loose with a belt.
And then she's wearing Timbs. She's wearing hiking boots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tony, do you have any thoughts about this outfit? This collection of clothes she's wearing?
Well, I went to school for fashion design, so I have a very good eye. And I like this outfit a lot. When I saw her sitting there on the steps, I was like, that's kind of freaking cute and fun.
Then I will stand aside to your expertise.
I don't know, she's mixing and matching and having a fun time. But I mean, it is a little bit more eclectic than her usual outfits. Maybe she's just so distracted she's grabbing whatever's in her closet and just putting it on.
It's a lot more chill than her normal outfits too, because her normal outfits are really stuffy. I mean, again, she makes sure to button up that top button and put on that that cameo, like Chris said. But other than that, it's like, oh, this is like her relaxed look.
Yeah, well, she's like, you see her sitting next to Mamoru, and from the waist up, she looks like she's going to church, and then from the waist down, she looks like she's going to the club.
Well, at least from the waist to the ankle.
Well, and then from the ankle down, she looks like she's going hiking, I guess. It is eclectic, I will say that.
Or going to work on the construction site.
Right. Speaking of outfits, she's sitting next to a really ugly statue. I don't know what is up with this statue.
Yeah, it's real. You're talking about the statue of the bell-shaped girl.
I know about the statue.
You know about it? Oh, tell us.
I did, because my husband and I were watching these last night, and he was like, look at that weird statue. So after I looked it up, it's Kimi-chan, and it was kind of a messed up story. A couple of parents had a kid, and they wanted to send her away for a better life and education, so they sent her to America. But in the real story, they were going to do that and sent her away, but she got sick and died before she could go. The end.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's there to reinforce that Ami wants to be a doctor so that she can stop children from dying before they can become doctors.
Yeah, based on your information, Kimi-chan statue, I just found a picture of it. And yeah, there's a real statue that looks like that. That's weird as hell.
Now, is it in Tokyo?
I just sent you a link to it.
Is this a real life location that you can? Because the Hikawa Shrine is real, so you could add this statue to your Sailor Moon sites tour.
It doesn't look like it's on a staircase like this one is. So the one that I'm looking at doesn't appear to be the same one. If it is, I put the link in the description or in the chat.
Interesting. Very interesting. We learned something today, which is nice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mamoru and Ami have a conversation. And I have summarized this conversation because this conversation goes on for quite a while in this episode. And so here's what I wrote down in my notes. I'm starting to think I don't have a life's dream, says destined immortal guardian of Crystal Tokyo.
Yeah, this is a really weird conversation because basically she literally says, my mother's a doctor, so I just said, okay, I want to be a doctor, and I said that was my dream, but I don't think it's true.
Yeah, if only she had options. If only she had career options. So that's what she says. And then here's what Mamoru says in response. That's okay, you're pretty, says 42-year-old creep.
That's not how he says it.
That's exactly what he says, Jordan.
No, that's not exactly what he says.
Exactly
what he says is, if I had a doctor as cute as you, I wouldn't be as afraid of getting shots, because I'm afraid of shots.
I'm like really worried about my future, and I don't know if like this dream that I have is like really gonna be worth it. Like I've been working towards it, and now I'm worrying that all that work that I've put into it is just pointless. Like, what if this is a thing that I don't actually want to do? Like, what if this is like just me, like, kind of feeling locked into something? Yeah, but if I had a doctor as cute as you, I'd get my injections. That's the scene.
Okay.
That
is not how he said it.
That's how he said it.
That is not how he said it. And then again, in the dub, he does still say, I don't know if he says cute, but he definitely, if he does say cute, he also adds like smart. Like he says like, if I had a doctor as smart and cute as you, I'd be much happier about getting injections that scare me or something like that. The point of the scene is not, you're right. It is ridiculous that the thing that makes her feel better is, well, I guess I am kind of cute.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
What I think it's supposed to be more is he's embarrassing himself to be like I know I seem cool, but you know what? I'm a wuss when it comes to shots. And she's like, what? You're afraid of shots? And he's like, yeah, even cool guys like me are afraid of things sometimes.
I think what he's saying is, no, you are pretty and therefore you still have value. Good thing you're not an uggo, Mizuno. Who's right, Tony? Who's right?
I don't know. I think he's like, because like, he did half of the thing.
You're the judge.
If I had a friend who is feeling like this and saying these things, my first comment would be something funny and nice to try to cheer them up. And then I would follow it up with the serious, heartfelt, trying to be helpful stuff. And he didn't really stick the landing with the second thing.
Yeah, thank you. No, he did not. No, he absolutely did not.
Oh. Well, he's trying.
So, Ami...
She also says that this weird thing, which is like... Because she does say, like, I don't think that's my dream anymore. But then she's like... She also says, like... And, like, you have to dream to be successful. And I was sitting there going, I don't know what she's talking about now. Because I don't think, like, the defining characteristics of doctors is their ability to dream. Like, you're not like, I found the best doctor. His dreams are so big. Like, he's the dreamingest doctor around.
Does Devin have big dreams, Jordan?
She dreamed of being a doctor, although, again, is that even true? She didn't decide to become a doctor until much later in her life. So I don't know. I don't think that's her defining characteristic, no.
Wow, okay. Wow.
Her defining characteristic is not dreaming. That's not an insult. Not an insult.
Okay. Yeah, is she home right now?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So, Ami is going to go, decides that she's going to go for a swim to clear her head. She's going to go run to the pool. Before she goes back to studying, she's just going to go do her favorite activity, which we all know is the thing she likes to do, right? Because we've seen her do it so many times before.
Yeah, the thing that we didn't mention her doing in the Olympics last episode, and should have.
We did, actually. Christy mentioned it.
Then Christy is a genius, and we forgot it.
So, yeah, am I wrong? Is this the first time Ami's ever been like, yeah, I like swimming? Like, yeah, I like I like swimming so much that I can, like, win a race.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing her swimming before this, but
As far as we have seen, Ami likes math, studying, Makoto, and chess.
I don't even know
that
if
Ami likes.
all of those are confirmed, but
I have confirmed them, Jordan.
oh.
Independent study has confirmed this. So Ami hops in the pool, and she does a little swimming, and then she thinks she's alone, but she is not alone.
No? Okay. Can I confess a weird thing about this?
Yes.
I totally did not recognize this person.
Look, I understand, because I didn't either.
So
Tony, did you have any trouble recognizing this other swimmer?
Not at all. I thought it was super obvious.
no? Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, well, her hair is different.
I mean, we should say who it is.
No, I'll say it in a minute. Her hair is different. She's got her hair up. She's wearing the most ridiculous swimsuit. Like, we've seen this character
Yes.
in a swimsuit before that was
Yeah.
streamlined and white. Like, again, Tony, you're a fashion design scholar. Like, thoughts on this nightmare?
Yeah, I even wrote in my notes, Michiru, ugly bathing suit. It's flippin' terrible. It's just all bad.
It's also. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It's a show suit. Like, that's not a suit you wear to, I don't know, for example, race someone. Like, it's all frilly and would be tons of drag.
Yeah.
Not to mention, who wears a giant hair bow in the water?
I thought the same exact thing. I was like, that is the least practical thing to keep your hair up in the water. And the bow would not stay like that. The bow's all perky and happy.
Right.
Yeah, it's not great.
So yeah, as you said, it's Michiru, it's Michelle, it's Sailor Neptune. I did not recognize her until we saw Sailor Uranus, like 5 minutes later, was also there. I was like, oh, that's her? Like the whole swim race, all of that. I was like, this is just some sinister woman who is racing Amy.
Yeah, so it's Michiru, and her outfit is ridiculous. The only indication that it is Michiru is that when we first see her, she does get that like shift into watercolors introductory shot that we've seen Haruka and Michiru get every time they show up as the beautiful and terrible people that they are.
So she shows up. She goes, "Hey, you must be reincarnated from a water planet."
Yeah, which is a cool way to start a conversation.
I mean, she's right.
She's not right.
Isn't
Mercury is not a water planet.
Oh, but then why is she a scout with water powers?
Well, I mean, look, I'm talking about scientific Mercury, not
okay. Spiritual Mercury.
Right, exactly.
So, so she goes, "You're pretty good at swimming. What if we raced? Go!" And then they race, and they tie. They get there at the exact same time, and Amy's like, "It's a tie! Awesome! I love ties."
Because nobody wins.
Yeah,
Nobody's better than anyone else.
No, everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner, and everyone gets to be the best. I'm in Mizuno, millennial.
And so, but Michiru is not having it. She sulks immediately, and she goes, "Why did you slow down on purpose? Were you trying to let me win?" And Amy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I better run away and hide." So she does. Yeah. And that's when we finally see that Uranus is also there going, "Oh, you made her cry. She just wanted to be your friend."
Yeah. And Haruka is like, "Oh yeah, Ami's very non-confrontational. Like, she hates conflict, so she's like not even realizing it. She's like making sure that she doesn't have to like win and like cause a problem," which is actually like an aspect of Ami's character that I think we've seen. Like, it fits in with what we know about her, right? Yeah. Like, she's always the one being like, "Okay, don't fight here. I'm just gonna shove cake in Luna's mouth so that Luna can't yell at people anymore."
I mean, even the thing she actually is the best at, she's very humble about, and she's just like, "Well, I just studied hard. Like, that's all. It's not a big thing."
Yeah, it fits.
But Michelle is like, again, she's just like, yeah, but that's bullshit. So I'm gonna bully her into being the best. So anyway, so Amy is having her existential crisis. I'll tell you, this is not gonna make me sound the best. I don't have a ton of sympathy for Amy in this episode because Amy's walking around going, for some reason, all anybody thinks I'm good at is studying. And it's like, yeah, because you bring a fucking book everywhere you go and people are like, let's experience life. And she's like, no, I'm busy reading math.
In the next episode, we're going to see her at a fucking dirt bike rally.
Yes. And she doesn't see who wins because she's reading.
Right. And it's true for everywhere. Didn't she bring a book to the theater?
Yes.
Like, she brings a book everywhere she goes and is like, well, I'm busy studying. And people are like, will you like to have some fun today? And she's like, no, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm studying. Why would people think all she cares about is studying?
I'm already having fun studying.
So she gets to, she shows up at the temple to do studying with everybody. And everybody is studying, and apparently they are actually all really bad at studying.
Well, I mean, that fits. We know that about them.
Because Amy shows up, and all three of the non-Sailor Moon scouts go, oh, thank God you're here. I have questions for you. You have to explain everything to me. Blah, 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 blah. And that's when, as Chris mentioned, Sailor Moon goes, no, everybody study yourself. Amy is too busy and important to work on our bullshit.
We also get a weird Venus pun in this, the return of those, because we love them so much. She reads a sentence and she says, yeah, it's something about a guy named Fukusuke returning or not. And then I think it's Jupiter goes, no, it's no use crying over spilt milk, which must be like a real double language thing, because that's beyond the pale.
In the dub, I think they have her say, many hands take light work.
Oh, that's funny-ish.
Is it?
Kind of.
All the girls are freaked out that Amy, or that Usagi, or Serena, is saying how important studying is and how nothing can interfere with Amy's studies. And so Amy goes, oh, you just want me to study and do nothing else? And Usagi's like, yep. And she's like, great. That's just what I wanted to do anyway. I gotta go. I forgot something. And she runs away.
And she does that really pretty thing that happens in anime a lot, where like they look happy and then they like kind of turn to the side and you see them turn sad and they have like a beautiful crystal tear that goes flying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris, I don't know if you want to do more fashion talk, but let me just talk about for 1 second that I hate
Do you
Usagi's
really
outfit.
not know if I want to do more fashion talk, Jordan?
Okay,
Do you
you
really
wanna
not
do
know
more
that?
fashion
Do you really not know that I'm 100% DTTF, which is down to talk fashion at all times?
I think Usagi's dress is super ugly.
Usagi's dress or Mina's dress? Because Mina's dress is not super great either.
Oh, I didn't pay that much attention to that, but I know Usagi's is definitely ugly.
Yeah, I mean it's not the best. It's like how would you even describe this thing, Tony? It's got like severely scalloped edges.
Yeah, it's all bad. It's like a potato sack. I don't know. It's like the least flattering silhouette that they could make, I think.
It's like a Peter Pan costume gone wrong.
It's not good. It's belted. It's pastel orange. It's got the weird like deep scallops on not just the hem of the shirt, but like on the sleeves. It's bad. It's real bad.
And it also tends to look bell-shaped. Even though it's belted, like the belt doesn't actually draw it in any capacity. It's just there for a line across the stomach. Like, because it gets wider and wider.
She's wearing it over a purple turtleneck.
And leggings.
Yeah.
And blue leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only person who really looks cute in this scene is Makoto. Makoto looks sporty and cute.
Again, they're really big on long sleeves and shorts at the same time in this show.
Yeah, is that a thing, Tony? Is that like a thing that we just don't know about?
I do know in Japan, showing your upper half is kind of frowned on, but like showing leg and whatnot, totally A-okay.
See?
So it kind of It works.
Just
Yeah.
like I was talking about that other time. People showing leg and people not.
I guess you were right, Jordan, and I mocked you. More fool I.
So again, the girls are all freaked out. Amy runs away, barely holding back her tears because they think that all she wants to do is study.
Yeah, which historically has been all she has wanted to do, ever.
Yeah.
And all the other scouts are freaked out because they're like, what? Usagi wants to study and Amy forgot something? Well, I guess let's start studying. And then Usagi goes, I forgot something too, and runs after her because she noticed the tear. And she runs out knowing something went wrong. And then we get her running in this shirt, skirt, dress thing, and it looks really ridiculous.
It kind of looks like if you were pregnant and you wanted to like hide it. So she's like, I'll wear this really frumpy, kind of mushy outfit so no one can tell where like lumps and bumps are.
Yeah, that's true. That describes it pretty well. So Usagi's pregnant.
For the next 800 years.
Oh, God.
Basically,
real quick before we move
Please.
on, I also really like that this scene ends with a good old fashioned plots.
Oh yeah.
Like when Usagi's like, "Oh no, I forgot something too." Everybody just like straight down on the face with a big cartoon sound effect balloon. Yeah, good. Like it's never the wrong time for a plots. Everybody,
Come on, Usagi, we can't believe it.
Do they say it in unison in the
Yeah, of
clever way?
course. I couldn't do
Of course they
it.
do.
I couldn't do it. No, they don't do that. They don't.
Here, let's do it together. Let's do it together on the count of 3. All right, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Come
Come
on,
on,
Usagi.
Usagi.
We
I
can't
don't
believe
believe
it.
Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, well.
Oh, no.
So speaking of creepy creepers and the creeps that they are, guess what happens? Again, she's just kind of Ami's moping on a bridge, and the creepiest creepers of all show up, or rather, one of them. Uranus shows up on the motorcycle again, going, "Hey, hop on, my cousin wants to race you again." Depending which version you watched.
Now, last week we talked a lot about the subtextual aspects of Haruka and Michiru showing up and being like, "Hey, get in our car, go for a ride with us." And look, I am not denying that subtext. That is real and legit. But what we're gonna get in a second is even, like, I would say on the level, maybe past it. And I'm just gonna, like, first we gotta get through this act break real quick.
Okay, but you're talking about the sex thing again, right?
I mean, like, depending on what you mean by the sex thing, yes,
No, that's
probably.
sex thing. Because to me, again, the revelation to me is that they are not, funky swingers who are looking for a gal pal. That they are.
I'm sorry. Can we go through that phrase one more time, real quick?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Instead, again, they are psycho killers who are stalking their prey. They go around town going, "Hey, I think this person will be good to have die," and tear their heart out.
Yeah, no, they are.
That's not sexy. That's creepy. That's like, they're like Hannibal. They're like, who is kind of sexy, but they're like, they're like Dexter or something, except with not a good guy.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what literally happens.
Please.
Haruka shows up and goes, "Hey, get in my car. I need to take you to see
Motorcycle.
Get on my motorcycle.
Get on my motorcycle." And then she drives Ami to the pool. Ami changes somewhere along the way. Ami walks in. Go ahead.
I was just noting that you actually skipped when in your rush to the act break that Ami does not get on the motorcycle. Ami goes, "I'll walk." And so Ami just is like, "I'm walking," and Haruka's just kind of like put like doing motorcycle right behind her, keeping pace with her walking.
So Ami, I guess, goes to the locker room and changes, and then walks into the pool, which is on an upper floor, by the way.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's on a higher floor, just like the Westin in Charlotte. That's a shout out to all my Heroes Con people who got that. So Ami walks in, And Michiru is standing there, back to the door, with like a robe on, and then just throws the robe off her shoulders and lets it fall to the floor. And she's essentially wearing Psylocke's costume from the X-Men. Yeah, except for Psylocke, I think, has a full back to her suit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
So she's wearing a swimsuit. She drops her robe to the floor and goes, "Ami Mizuno, you've come." And then, like, turns around, like, slowly to reveal herself. This is the most sexually charged thing that has happened in this show.
See, it's funny you say that. Maybe I'm just, again, an innocent Pollyanna, because I didn't think of her as being super sexual. I just, again, was thinking, she is crazy.
I mean, yeah, but because we know that she is going to try to let Ami die.
No, actually, there's two interpretations, actually. The first one is that she's crazy, and that's the version where she's like, I got into a pool with a girl, and that girl did not do her fucking best. And now I need her to get back here and race me again so I can find out if I'm better than her or not. That's interpretation 1. Not particularly sane. Interpretation 2 is not that much better. Interpretation 2 is, I got into a pool and I raced with this girl, and I really feel like if she gives it her all, she will show that she has a pure heart, and someone will rip that shit out of her chest, and I can find out if it's the thing I'm looking for. So I got to get her to motivate herself. Neither of them is great, and I don't know which one is accurate.
I think this is exceptional. Like, this is 1,000,000% coded as a seduction scene.
No,
it really is. Because Ami shows up, like, in a hoodie over her swimsuit, like, holding her clothes against her chest. And then the first thing Michiru does is literally, like, strips out of her robe.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's like the way that, like, if they have, like, a female vampire queen and somebody comes in and she's just will be like, look, here I am, gorgeous. And you're like, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, this is Michiru as Carmilla right now.
This is definitely seduction, because she changed bathing suits. If she wasn't trying to seduce, she would have worn that ruffly orange terrible mess. But this time she's got the hair up in the sexy bun and the tight-fitting bathing suit.
That's true. But again, those things also help with your speed, just to point out. She also was like, I'm getting rid of the ruffles. I'm not going to have my hair flowing around all over the place. I'm going to beat this bitch.
Jordan.
That was her saying that. That wasn't me.
Jordan. We do not use that word on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, meanwhile, Usagi's talking to Artemis, because apparently Usagi has been just wandering around the streets of Tokyo for however long it took Ami to walk to the sports club, get changed, to encounter Haruka on the street. And also, keep in mind, Ami left the shrine about 10 seconds before Usagi. How did Usagi lose her that quickly?
She teleported.
Oh, she used Sailor Teleport. That makes sense.
No, you need all 5 scouts for that.
We get, they're going to do a 100-meter freestyle race. Haruka is in her school uniform, just like sitting on not a poolside chair, I guess, like lording over it, like as though she is Caesar at the arena. It's great.
And how does she start the race, Chris?
She does a very elaborate snap of the fingers. I love it. They're assholes, but they're great. They're really great.
They're definitely assholes.
So then they start racing, and
what's the spread on this race?
I literally do not know what that means.
Like, I want to know the odds so we can place bets.
I would say, well, they've tied in the past. I'd say it's anybody's game, Jordan. So it's anybody's game. And we get again, in case it wasn't clear what was happening here, we get like a close-up of Michiru as she's watching Ami swim, and she goes, "Just as I thought. She's incredible."
That doesn't mean sex.
Might though. Now, this is where one of my favorite things in the entire episode happens. They get to the end of the pool. And look, we all watched Katie Ledecky. We all know what's up. We've all seen the Olympics. It's awesome. when they get to the end of the pool, they do like a kick-ass little front flip and then kick off the wall so they can go back for the second leg, right? Like, we all know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, in Sailor Moon, we get a static shot of them kind of like curled up like they're doing a flip, and then the picture rotates. Like someone grabs the picture and rotates it to symbolize them flipping over.
It was great.
It's so good. I wrote, rotating the shot instead of animating the flipping. Toei, you've done it again. So what happens in the race, Jordan? Who wins? I literally do not remember.
Are you serious? Well, I'll tell you. Here's what happens. Well, first of all, Chris, something important happens before you find out who wins.
Okay.
Amy has like a revelation.
Okay.
While she's swimming, where she's like, why am I trying so hard? I've never tried so hard at anything in my life except studying. Is it just that I don't want to lose? No, it's because I don't want to run away. And if I give up, that's running away. Okay.
So true.
All right.
So true.
All right. So what's important is giving it her best. So she gives it her best. She gives it her all. She works as hard as possible. And they tie again. But this time, Uranus is like, yeah, you touched at the exact same moment, guys.
Okay.
Yeah?
I think there's a reason for this.
Why?
I think the drag of her very elaborate swimsuit held Michiru back enough that Ami had to slow down to tie. But now that she's in this sleek, streamlined Psylocke outfit, going hard, Ami actually has to go hard just for the same result.
Right. And so, and this time, Michiru's not upset. This time, Michiru's like, yeah, it was pretty good when you give it your all, isn't it? And Amy's like, yeah, I'm going to keep swimming. And they're like, awesome, we're going to leave, satisfied that we've made your life better. And they leave.
They leave. Well, they don't leave, though, is the thing. We'll find that out later.
They walked out of the room. I don't know.
They walk out of the room, and then something else arrives. It's Kaolinite and the Diamond Egg. And the Diamond Egg, having sensed Ami's pure heart, goes into water.
It's just the water?
It's just the water. It's literally just the water.
Did it just go into the water? Did it go into the idea of a pool? Like, what?
Here's the thing. Like, we've seen it go into vacuum cleaners, cars. We're going to see it go into motorcycles next week. It's going into things and turning the things into sexy lady versions of those things. And I was like, okay, water, that's like a very fundamental thing. Like, the concept of water.
You know what?
So what is this thing going to turn into?
But it's not just water, Chris. It's pool
it's the whole
water.
pool. Yeah.
It is pool water.
It's chlorinated, sweat-filled pool water.
Kid pee.
Pool
water.
The fact that I was expecting it to be water, but no, it is pool water. It is the embodiment of pool water. Because it turns into a sexy lady with a snorkel. Well, it turns into a lady.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's kind of. This one's kind of gross and creepy looking. I don't like her.
Yeah, I did not care for her.
All of the diamonds are sexy ladies. Like, it's just varying degrees of sexy.
This one doesn't do it for us, apparently.
She's got a snorkel, goggles, a swim cap, and 2 flotation devices.
And a scuba tank.
And
flippies.
A superfluous swim cap, by the way.
Yeah, because she is bald.
So she shows up, and in addition to all of those descriptors that you said, all those things she also has like control over water, but it's weird control over water because she like picks up Amy, throws her around, smashes her against a window, and then transmutes the water holding her up into like Jello or something, or amber or something, because it holds her fast.
For all that I'm going to be griping next week about shortcuts in the animation, and for all that, like, the hilarious, we'll just turn the picture if they're flipping, it's fine. Like, this part actually looks really great. She skips Amy across the pool like a stone, and then when she smashes her into the window, and Amy's got, like, her face smushed against the window, it's such an unnecessary and realistic thing. Because, like, that's exactly what would happen. And there's no reason for Ami to be face first against the window. Like, this would be much more, I think, dramatic if Ami had her back to the window. So, you know, her heart was exposed. But no, like, her face is, like, up against the window. It's, like, really... It's like kind of goofy and kind of like really well done.
And then she gets trapped in jello.
Yeah, she gets trapped in jello. The monster is Doberin. Do I have that name right?
Sounds right.
Yeah, Doberin.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down too. Which I did not understand.
She pulls off her pointless bald cap. Nope, I mean swim cap. And she's bald underneath. That's where her tattoo is hidden. And she starts sucking out the heart of Amy through her back, which is the difficult way.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Usagi shows up where Luna's waiting outside, and Luna's like, "There's a monster inside!" And Usagi's like, "I'll transform." And she
I guess Luna is played by Aziz Ansari this week.
Sure.
So Usagi transforms. She goes inside. The monster is trying to pull out Ami's heart, and this is Usagi's entrance line. I came here to find a friend, only to find out she has an unwanted guest. Which, like Usagi, Serena, honey, this is not good trash talk. This is bad trash talk.
How about in America, where her opening line is, "Yo, Flipperhead."
Perfect. So much better. That's my favorite David Lynch movie, by the way.
Flipperhead.
These are the jokes, everybody.
So the monster's actually having like a rough time pulling out Amy's heart. It takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
But it does happen. And then Amy her head bonks against the thing.
Bonk.
Bonk.
But you know what she's not having a hard time with?
What?
Is dealing with the heroine of the show.
That's true.
She takes one inflatable tube, a float, a little... What do you even call these things? They're not life preservers, because these are recreational.
Well, but yeah, like a floaty, like an inflatable thing around...
Like a little tire.
Yeah. She takes one and like drops it on Usagi's arms, and Usagi's out of the fight. Usagi's done.
Well, not
Sailor
totally
Moon
done.
Defeated.
She yells, hey, she can still smack talk and say, "Amy's the nicest and smartest person I know."
Yeah, she's pretty. That gives her value.
No, nice and smart. She's going to
That's
become the best doctor in the world.
That is also true.
No, it's not. She's going to become Sailor Mercury forever.
You don't know what else she does.
Yeah, I do. She stands in a square with the other 3 scouts and makes a giant shield.
Yeah.
Eternity is a very long time, Jordan.
Okay. The monster also squirts water at her through its snorkel.
Little snorkel. Yeah.
Not how a snorkel is meant to work.
So finally, Ami's pure heart comes out of her back, and Ami does it undercuts the seriousness just a little bit to have Ami's forehead just bonk against the window.
Dunk.
It's just like tunk. But Ami's out of it. Ami does not have her pure heart. But Kaola Knight looks at the heart and goes, "Well, this is trash."
Yep. Yep.
Like, again, as a person who is new to this season, I'm like, what are you guys trying to find?
You know, talismans.
Yeah, but this is 8 times in a row that this has been the wrong thing.
It's gonna, listen, get used to it.
Okay.
So, but you know what? It's okay. A guy shows up who is cool and can save the day.
Wait, who? I thought it was just Tuxedo Mask.
Oh.
Oh.
That's who it is. He roses, gets the heart back in Amy, or no, he gets the heart away from the bad guys. Knocks the pool monster in the water, who apparently has some trouble swimming, because the pool monster is like, "Well, good thing for me, I got this floaty." And then the 2 cats
And the kitties, yay.
jump on the swim tube and bite it and pop it.
I wrote down helpful kitties, because this is the most helpful they've ever been in the whole 97 episodes so far.
Oh no, there was this one episode where Luna was like badass like Wolverine, but that's fine.
No, that didn't happen.
Yes, it
that
did.
was fan art that we got.
That was based on something that happened.
I don't think it was. There's one one thing that I really did like about the scene that we didn't talk about. When Kaola Knight gets Ami's heart, Ami's pure heart, she's like, "Oh well, this is trash," and it looks like she's about to spike it on the concrete, she's gonna throw it down because it's garbage.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this and I'm like, wait, it has not really been made clear what the mechanics of the pure hearts are. So are they legit crystals where if you throw them on the ground they will shatter and that is that? Because Tuxedo Mask shows up. That's when he knocks it out of her hand, and it just kind of floats, which seems to be its natural state.
I think so, because hasn't it happened in episodes where like the crystal hearts are flying around and everybody's like, oh, we gotta catch it, don't let it fall. I assume because it would break.
But again, no one can ever touches it. When you hold it, you don't hold it. You put your hand vaguely under it, and it hovers above you. Yeah.
So I like the idea that Carol and I isn't going to be like, okay, here's your heart back later. Just like, screw this trash.
Oh no, yeah, she's definitely not going to give it back.
Yeah, she's not a good guy. She doesn't care.
Yeah, but like it's so evil. It's so unnecessarily bad to just to do that. When apparently all you need to do is just kind of hold it up to the person and it goes back inside and they're fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can understand though. Like if I was a bad guy and I was looking for these things, if I didn't find what I was looking for, just out of frustration, I would slam it on the ground.
You said if, but that sounds an awful lot like bad guy talk to me, Tony.
I threw it on the ground.
Oh, that's a great reference from 3 years ago, Jordan. Good job.
I like that band. I'm happy I made it.
So Tuxedo Mask shows up, pops the floaty that is binding Usagi's arms. Which by the way also means that it is inflatable plastic. In the fiction of the show, this thing is just inflatable plastic, and Usagi cannot get out of it.
So why didn't the cats help?
That's a very good question.
It's so look. I know this show's for babies. I know this show's for babies, but honestly. So Usagi gets out of her floaty. Moon spiral heart attack. The heart-shaped truck hits the diamond, and Ami gets her heart back.
Yeah. First, the Jello that's holding her up falls away, and they don't show her fall face first on the ground, but that must have been what happened.
Yeah, I mean it has to be.
She just goes. Poof. Yeah, absolutely.
Bonk.
Mm-hmm. So here comes a fun part. Hey, Chris, I just remembered when you introduced this episode, you said there was no pretense of heterosexuality, and you were wrong.
Not for Amy.
Yes, for Amy. Okay, so Amy wakes up. I don't want to miss anything because you're right. Amy wakes up. First, you get to cut a shot of Uranus and Neptune standing out in another room, looking through a window, going, "Yeah, we watched all that. We didn't give a shit."
Yeah, it's like they're just hanging out outside, being like. First of all, they transformed, which is hilarious. That they went and transformed, and then we're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna see what happens."
If there's a talisman, we'll jump in. Oh, there wasn't.
But fortunately, Kale and I told everybody it's fucking trash.
And I like that Uranus says to Neptune, "You must be relieved that girl is okay." At which point I was like, I don't care, but you must be relieved. Because you're the only one who gives a little bit of a shit.
Does Haruka have emotions?
Oh, maybe she's a psychopath.
Is that why she speaks like this in the Cloverway dub?
Well, but you're forgetting about when her wheels are in jeopardy. She gets real emotions.
That's true. I forgot about how she might lose her wheels. Her really hooked up bike suit.
So Usagi is like, "I'm so sorry, Amy. Did I hurt you? Did I say something wrong?" And Amy's like, "No, man. I was going through my own shit. It's not your fault. But thank you for your help. You got me through it." And Usagi's like, "Okay. I'm glad." And she goes, "Yeah, I learned that it's most important to do my best. And if I don't give up, I mean, if I doubt myself, that's like fucking giving up. I can't give up. I'm not going to give up no matter what. And I'm not going to run away. I'm going to get whatever I want. I'm going to achieve my dreams." And Usagi, for some fucking reason, goes, whoa. You trying to steal my man? And then Amy goes, Usagi goes, "Yeah, he's mine." And Amy goes, "Yeah, but like I said, if I don't give up, anything could happen." And Usagi starts freaking out, and Amy keeps going, Yeah, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to stick with this.
Yeah, look, that's just teasing her friend.
Yeah, but we've never heard Amy have a sense of humor before.
We've heard Amy have a sense of humor before.
I don't know. That's human thing called humor.
She's not a robot, although apparently that was the original plan.
I think they stuck with it and just didn't tell us.
Have we talked about that on the show?
I think we've mentioned it. That
About the original plan for Ami being that she was going to be a cyborg.
they didn't change much.
So that's the episode. Again, like heterosexuality is only a source of amusement in the world of Sailor Moon. What a ridiculous thing.
But I liked the idea of Ami and Mamo-chan. I thought they would be a cute couple. I think it would make more sense.
More than Usagi and Mamoru?
Yeah,
What?
like I love them together, like
Okay.
moonlight romance, all that. But like, I don't know. Ami is studious and driven and friendly and kind of all of his characteristics.
Is he really friendly and studious?
Yeah,
I
remember
think-
she told an embarrassing story to make her feel better.
The first time we see that dude, he's making fun of a girl he doesn't know for not doing well on a test.
You mean he's negging her?
Yeah, garbage. What a trash man. Ugh. Ugh.
No, Chris,
I thought
she
the,
got a
I thought the major
27 or
subtext in this episode was Ami Usagi subtext more than anything.
Yeah, they
Romance.
were holding hands quite chummily at the end.
Yeah. So, see, Tony knows what's up.
And even in the dubbed one, I wrote it down, I quoted, when Moon came in, she said, "She's my special friend."
That is true.
Yeah,
That
and
is
like
true.
again, I think it's something that I've heard we will see more if we ever get around to watching Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the live action one. But there's like a lot of Ami Usagi shipping, at least with regards to that show. So
Tony, do you ship Usagi with anybody besides Mamo?
No, not at all.
Okay, that's the way I do.
not even Andrew.
No. Andrew, get out of here.
Andrew's got better things to do with his time.
Like what? He works in an
Skype.
arcade.
Skype his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Skype didn't exist then.
I know.
That's not realistic, Jordan.
You're right.
Give me some realistic information about this show about Moon.
Then he's got to
Princess.
move to Africa. That's probably what happened. That's why we haven't seen him.
Maybe that's why Unazaki was living alone. Maybe the whole Furuhata family moved to Africa. Okay, so that's the end of the episode. Now it is time for us to talk about what we learned from watching this episode of Sailor Moon. And Tony, we will start with you. It's time for Sailor Business Says. What did you learn from this episode?
I learned right from the very beginning of the episode that if you are top in your class in school and you are tutoring somebody who is less intelligent than you, your teacher will make the problem disappear so you can focus on your studies.
Yikes. Sinister. Jordan, what did you learn?
I learned that if you've decided to become a doctor, but it's not your dream, give that shit up.
I learned that apparently I have a real hard time telling who Sailor Neptune is when she is not wearing her Sailor Neptune clothes.
This is the answer to all those times where you're like, why can't people figure out this person is this person?
It really is!
It happened to you guys. You're like, who's this chump?
Except that one of the reasons we can't tell is that her hair is different, and Usagi's hair is 1,000,000% the same.
Yeah, she never changes it. Except that one episode.
So that's the episode. I thought this was a really fun one. Ami spotlights are always weird because Ami is like the only one in the cast who has like an aspiration. So all of her spotlights, or not all of them, but a good number of her spotlights are all about, but what if I don't become a doctor? Which is bullshit when we've seen the future. Like, we, the audience, already know what happens to Ami, and Ami already knows what happens to Ami.
You think she's like, what do you call it? Like Surgeon General of Crystal Tokyo?
I mean, I think, well, we had this debate before about whether, like, disease exists in the perfect future of Crystal Tokyo once Usagi makes everyone immortal.
Like, do you have to exercise?
I don't know. Like, I don't know the mechanics of Crystal Tokyo. You've seen the whole series, Jordan. I haven't.
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Okay, well, speaking of me not seeing the whole series, though.
No, Chris, what it is in Crystal Tokyo, they have these pods that just make you thinner.
Wait, are they kind of like shaped like plants?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I think I know where this is going. Here's my question. though. Speaking of me not having seen the show before, I have a theory, and I'm going to put this out there, and you don't need to tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Okay.
But my theory is, since we've seen, this is 2 episodes in a row where the pure heart belongs to a Sailor Scout,
Okay.
right? So we've seen it with Jupiter and we've seen it with Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is that Usagi is going to have the purest heart of all, which actually is the talisman that will lead to the Holy Grail.
Well, let's not forget, there's 3 talismans.
Oh, are there 3 talismans? Well, one of them's going to be Usagi then. One of them's probably going to be fucking Naru. Because why not?
Wait, did we not do Naru? No, we did
Oh
Melvin.
yeah, I think we did we do Naru already?
Was it Naru or Melvin in that episode?
No, it was Melvin. It was Amino. Yeah.
I just mixed Naru and Melvin, didn't I? Oh well. Close enough.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
So that's my theory. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, as a person who is watching these episodes for the first time. So I thought that might be nice to get that out there. And if I'm right, I will feel good. And if I'm wrong, I will ignore that I ever did this.
All right, everybody, keep track of that. And don't tweet us the answer because he'll notice.
Yes, I look. I see him. So Tony, do you have any thoughts about the episode? Now, these were you didn't necessarily pick these as much as they were assigned to you when we were putting together the guest list. But what did you think of these? Were these fun? Was this one fun for you?
I mean, Amy's not my super favorite scout, but I thought it was a funny episode, so enjoyable.
I'll agree with that.
Like I said, a fun one, and not as incomprehensible as we're going to get to next week.
Uh-huh.
That is for a different show. Tony, can you please let everyone know where they can find you online?
Oh, I mean, if you really want to, I don't know why you would, because I don't do anything online, but I'm on Twitter, Amano Usagi, AMANOUSAGI.
How did we not talk about that?
Yeah, I know.
When you were introducing yourself? How did you not talk about, here's my
Everything
Twitter name?
is Sailor Moon. My first email address was amanousagi@sailormoon.com.
Is it Amano?
Wait, it was at sailormoon.com?
Yeah.
You could get a Sailor Moon email address?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that Amano _Usagi?
Yeah. Yep. On Twitter.
Great.
Now, what is the Amano part from?
The artist, Yoshitaka Amano, that does,
That's what I thought.
like Final Fantasy and everything.
Also did a Wolverine Elektra comic one time with Greg Rucka.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tony, thank you so much for coming by the show. We will be talking to you next week when we have you back. But in the meantime, Jordan,